Welcome to G-Tex Designs. In this episode, we are going to be building part 6-33, Lubricator Crank Pin for the Clayton Undertype steam wagon. Let's get building. Welcome to G-Tex Designs. I'm G-Tex. This episode, we're going to build part 6-33, Lubricator Crank Pin for the Clayton Undertype steam wagon. Let's go to File, New, Part MMGS. Alright, so we're going to do right plane, sketch. It's going to be circle. It's going to be 6 mil. 6 mil, and that's going to be length of 24. Doesn't really matter, we're going to do mid-plane anyway. Let's change that over to appearance, metal, steel, brush. That'll do. There we go. Alright, so now let's do a plane just from one end. That's all we need, one end. We're going to thread the whole thing, but part of it's going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter how the thread looks at that end. But this is the end that's going to be visible. So let's do, that should be 10 mil, yes it is. Now we want to go to thread, which is, well, let's say 6. We had 4, let's go back to 6. M6 by 1.0. So we want this circle. We want the plane. And we want the other plane. And that should be cut. It is beautiful. Actually, that didn't work perfectly. Hold on. We'll do it. Yep, that did too, actually. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to leave that plane there for the moment, so... I know a few times I've had it where this has gone fully around, it's kept closed in, so technically you can't screw anything on. That's why I always like to do a plane there. Okay, so this here, we're going to go to normal, sketch. We're going to do a circle, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay, they're all circles. That's going to be 16. It's a smart dimension. 16. Oh, sorry. Nope, not 16. 10. That looks too big. 16's the next circle. That's better. I'm looking at this, it looks way too big. Okay, so once. Come on. Extrude, but we want to extrude the other way. We'll extrude back in, but it's going to be extrude by 8. 8. And, excuse me. Done. Beautiful. We can now hide that. We don't need any more. There you go. Now, if I had this built here and I thread it down, it virtually doesn't go all the way. You either got to dig in or there's a solid bit there. So that's why I do it this way. That's why I put thread in, then bring this part back. Or the head, whatever it is. We need one more. I'm not going to normal, just going to do sketch. Now this one is 16. My apologies on that. 16. And that's going to extrude that by 5. And done. Now let's do normal 2. Sketch. Now we want to do a box. Going to put 2 boxes in. We're going to do, those two are going to be horizontal, try and get them equal. That's one. Nope, that's one. Now, these doesn't matter what size they are. Let's just do that up there, that down there. But what I do want is this dimension from this point to this line will be 6. Oh, if I click right, 6. There we go. And the same this way. This line to this point will be 6. Now it's covering up. That's all I need. I don't need to mention this because I'm cutting this away. So this measurement here does not matter. Now, if you really want to keep it nice and tidy just for reference, just put numbers in there. That's fine. But I'm not worried about that because these numbers will not be used on the final blueprints. So it does not matter. But let's do there. We can go through advanced cut. We can go up to next, or we can go through all because nothing's going to be cut in these ones. They're smaller. But if you want to, you can always go to up to next or up to surface, and I click that surface. There's different ways to do it. Depends on the situation. There we go. That is done. Let me zoom that into. There we go. Perfect. All right, that is done. Yes, it is. Perfect. So that's part 6-33. Lubricator Crank Pin, done for the Clayton Undertype steam wagon. Thank you for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Click the like button, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next episode. Remember, keep building.